What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukushu. We are back with another Umamusume video, and we are here back with Kita because obviously the DM is taking place on Saturday. Yeah, I think Saturday because the 21st, I think. At least for us, it's the 22nd for the other time, the main time. So I might as well get my Kita run out of the way for the week. Well, at least for the video for the week. Since I am still trying to see if I can bring Kita to the CM, which doesn't mean that I won't. Or at least try the UD5 that I have, but I at least want to try to see if I can get better than the UD5. So here we are with the inheritance. Pretty much the same that I've been doing. I think besides the Gentle Donna, I think I swapped Gentle Donna or someone else before. I'm not too sure. But here we are. We're just going to use my Gentle Donna that I've used for majority, if not all, of the long distance trainings I've done since getting this Gentle Donna. And then obviously going back to the Mayano Top Gun that I've been using for Kita, which is Nuz's Mayano. And then pretty much the same setup that I ran last time, just using Smart Falcon as the friend card that I'm borrowing to match with my Duramente. Same two stamina cards with Air Shakur and Super Creek, Nishino Flower Power card, and Narita Taishin Wise card. So let's get this run started. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, before we jump into the training and the comments, the link to the Discord server is down in the description down below. There is a circle request channel for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, either go to the comment section down below or go to the circle request channel in the Discord server. Once again, link is down in the description down below. And let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name just so I can make sure to add you instead of someone else into the circle. But as I get the comments loaded up, let me do this. And I will say this is I had just pulled for Miyabi, so you could imagine what time it is. Pretty much at night. I just pulled for Miyabi, so that video will be after this one, obviously later in the day, but y'all can see my results of that later when that video does come out. And I already seen a couple, if not, yeah, a couple of the, I guess, quality of life and other stuff they added in the other things they added into the game, and I can say that they really be working on this game. They really be working on this game, even though it may be something small or not even that big of a thing, but they do work. They do work. But here we are going over the comments. The first comment being from Nova, or comment's gonna be from Nova. And the first one says, I guess we can agree to disagree, Shushu, but I will like a new Measure Orion if there is one without her messed up hair. And like I said yesterday, I will not. I'll probably, if it's better than what it was or what it is than original, I'll just be like, cool. But I'm not gonna like I'm not just gonna say I'm gonna like Measure Orion just because of a new alternative outfit she has. Because regardless, I don't think they will make any huge changes to how she looks. It's just primarily what I would assume would be her costume, and then probably some accessories or whatever to her hair. So it's not really gonna be changed much from how she originally looks. So that's the reason why I said if you don't like the original, how she looks originally, then the fits doesn't necessarily matter to me myself. Plus with Measure Orion, she didn't really, I already, to begin with, starting with the game, I really didn't like her, and then on top of that, before the game even was released, I already didn't like her based on what I saw in the anime from her. Like, she was just there. She was barely there. So either way, I don't really have a reason to necessarily like Measure Ryan, whether it's a new fit or if we're talking about just her in general. But that's just me. That is just me, and I will stand by it because it, it'd be, to me, to myself, it'd be um what's the word I'm looking for? If I were to like Measure Ryan just because of an outfit change, to me that would be like pretending to like someone. It's just pretending to like someone, basically, is how I can see it. Because you didn't like them at their original true form, or how they really are. So that's my reasoning, at least. But yeah, it's not the first time we agreed to disagree on a few things, so perfectly fine. It is perfectly fine. As for the replies, pretty much from Rick. I'm gonna say also Eugen, but because he just said forks. But Rick said facts, Eugen says forks, and Nova responded to Eugen saying facts once again. But no, a simple outfit change is not gonna change how I generally feel about the character itself, or it's not gonna change anything. That's simply how it's gonna be. Now, there's a difference between hating a character for like their personality, attitude, but them possibly having a character development and having a total change in their personality, not a total change, but like just character development, pretty much, to be more of a likable character. That's a different story compared to just liking a character from their physical looks, if just simply because of changing their outfit. That's, to me, that's fake. That's fake. It's like basically pretending to be someone else so someone can like you more than, you get what I'm saying? Pretending to be someone else just so you can fit in more, I guess. Which I don't stand by. Which I don't stand by at all. But moving on with Nova's comments, the basic reverse rundown is this. Full Tuesday if you like using poison teams with Sotheby and Jessica. Fortunately, I don't use a poison team as much, because my Jessica isn't necessarily... I haven't really used Jessica, to be quite honest. I don't even think I have Sotheby as well. So I don't think I'll be pulling. And then pull Argus if you want a good support for single damage crit characters like Melania or Winsong. Now that's a little bit tempting because I do use Melania. That is a little bit more tempting because I do use Melania. But the limited character is coming right after this patch, so I'm expecting a lot of people to save. As for me, I do like Argus's design, and the waifu factor hits me hard. Well, I think I'll just join the majority and just wait for it. Wait for the limited character. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna wait. So that's perfectly fine for me. WA 2000 or Macchiato is coming in GFL 2 as a waifu raifu I got in GFL 1. I will be pulling her for waifu reasons. It's perfectly fine. That's it. It's simple as that. Yep, it is simple as that. If you like a character that much, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter. Just gotta pull for the character you like, right? Or at least, yeah. Don't need energy, so moving on. I guess Atelier is also a lore driven gacha. Yes, it does seem like it is. Still, I'd say HBR has a casual mode where you can kill the boss easier to advance through the story. That is actually pretty nice to have, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not too certain if Atelier has it. I'm pretty sure they don't. Otherwise, I would have seen it already. So really, I just need to figure out a team from the characters that I have and try and make it work. That's all I got. So it's gonna take some time, but it's fine. It's fine. But I do enjoy Atelier. Moving on, Katsuhu. Well, you'll get used to it as a hoarder. You just watch 90% of the banners go by in a year, and I'm feeling pretty good. Well, it's not that I'm not used to seeing banners go by, because I do let a lot of banners go by and the other gachas. So it's not hard. It's just there's more reasons for me to pull an Uma because more characters that I do generally like. Where in the other games, I'm just kind of like, do I want to pull? Is this a character I would be pulling for? Or was this character really good? So it gives me a reason to pull. So yeah. Well, pretty much the approach that I take most of the time is just characters that I do generally like, so. But moving on. Yeah, my situation was more dire, I'd say. I'm assuming you're okay with me sharing this since you did put in the comment section. So I'm gonna just read it. But I'll just go on with it. My dad passed away during the COVID years. I'm sorry to hear that. Hold on, give me a sec. I had to go back and deal with the funeral process and come back afterwards. I didn't have much time to mourn, but I'd say that I felt grief and regret years later. So I do think about it from time to time, but I realize that everyone will have to deal with this sooner or later. That is fairly true. That is true. Since I've gone through it already, I now have a different perspective on life. There's a YouTuber by the name of FG3000, never heard of him, who also lost his mother a year or so ago. He posted a video about it and did cry in front of the camera. It really resonated with me. Still, I'm glad your situation resolved peacefully. It's always the moment of loss that seems to be the longest. That, generally, I still don't know how I would feel, because obviously, like I said, it hasn't happened to me yet. But yeah, everyone will eventually have to go through that, which is unfortunate, but it's, I guess you could say, the way of life, right? I guess it's gonna be opposite day with Shushu on this. Give me a sec. I think I should be safe enough to rest here, just to kind of just be on the safer side this time around. But I'd rather have things digitally. Couldn't say that for a sec. I will raise motivation. Where is it? Then physically, I just don't see value in keeping a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna lose interest in the future, most likely. That's why you don't just buy everything. You just simply buy things you know you will appreciate in the long run, which for the most part that I have done is, yeah, if I somehow stop caring about it, then that gives me a reason to just sell it and get some kind of money in return for it. That's just how I see it, rather than just like pulling for these for digital stuff and eventually later on it'll just disappear completely without really having anything after that. It's just seeing, well, just how it should be, I guess, seeing your money just disappear in thin air. That's pretty much all I got for that. I guess it'll be okay if I do this, because I am doing a race, so I will do the guts training, and then I'll just go straight to the hopeful stakes right after. Yep, and this is where we race. Is there a character in a gacha you play that you absolutely despised at first, but got to like them over time? No, because I can't think of any. No. No. I even went well, like I said, if this is gacha, obviously most likely no. Anime, probably most likely, because obviously, like I said, if they have like some kind of character development where they became a more likable character and all that, sure. Because for me, it's not always all about the physical appearance. But obviously it will play some kind of role, especially if we're talking about, I guess, female characters, hence Measure Ryan. And that hair plays a huge factor for me because it's Measure Ryan. And since she doesn't really have much anime airtime from, what we've seen so far in the anime, and since I don't train her in the game itself, to me, there really isn't gonna be a way for Measure Ramano. So if that's where we're going at, but I'm pretty sure there may have been like a couple, if not a few, if not a couple characters in anime where at first maybe I did hate them or didn't like them as much, but then later on some kind of character development or something got me to like him a little bit more. So unfortunately, I believe there isn't a single character in a gacha that I dislike and ended up liking them over time. I don't think so. I believe I did. You can kind of say it's a first impression kind of thing for me in a way, which is why the only like redeeming factor would be like, I don't know, some kind of character development. But for a game, it's kind of, for a game like Umamusume, I think it's kind of harder only because you pretty much unless you're like just training meta Umas, you pretty much train the Umas you like. Ramano being one of the Umas that I don't like already puts her in a spot where there might not be any way for her to come back from it. Which is why I say whether or not she gets an outfit, or basically an outfit or costume where she looks better than she normally does, I'd say it'd be kind of, I still wouldn't see a reason for me to like her, because it's just hiding it's just hiding what I don't like, if you get what I'm saying. But I feel like Blue Archive has a lot of instances where the girl was being a huge a huge B. I don't really know how to, whether or not you reword it that way, I feel like it'll still put me toward, I just don't want to say it in the beginning, but the game gave her a redemption arc that made her very lovable at the end. See, there's a total difference in there, because we're talking personality here, right? When you're talking a huge B about it. So, whereas Measure Ryan, the whole issue here is a little more towards the character design. Plus, not really having much exposure to like her character and all that. It all adds up to why I don't see a redeeming factor for Joe Ryan. So yeah, personality and looks are two different things. I feel like I wouldn't really have much of an issue with Ryan when it comes down to her personality, I would assume. I guess, maybe. I just wouldn't know because not really, don't really see her as much. I think pretty much season 1, she probably was like shown once or twice for a minute or so. Season 2, probably when she's just watching McQueen race. So yeah, there's really nothing much I can go off with Ryan to give me any reason to like her, I guess. That's what I'm saying. So yeah. Actually, I've never bothered commenting on Shushu's training results, probably because I don't know half of the Umas. Half of the Umas? I feel like a lot of the Umas that I've trained, I guess, besides the only one I could think of is like Mr. CB, because the only time we have seen her in the anime, she hasn't even said a single word. But she was shown like once, I believe. But I'm pretty sure majority of the other characters, I'm pretty sure majority of the Umas I train should be fairly known. At least that's what I believe. But probably because I don't have the Uma Shushu train, since I don't have them. If there's a Vivlos training though, I'll probably comment. I'm hoping I can get this to 0. It's kind of worrying because I'm not getting any wise training. So I don't know if I should just rest here because it'll bring this up and I'll just use it. Yeah, I think that will probably be the way to go. I'm pretty much risking it on the last pull or last training, hoping for a decently good one at least. And that'll bring it down to 0, hopefully. I'll take it. It is wise. I'll take it. Barely made it down. And I think this is the last comment from Nova. Ever since Eugen started playing more gachas, his salt has been spewing all over the place. So similar to my other online friend who just started playing Blue Archive after playing Princess Connect for a while. He began to make dumb choices and now he's salty about the game. Well, that's his fault if he's making dumb choices. He probably won't quit it, but the more gachas he plays, the more salty he gets. Man, I guess more gachas just means more salt for them. For me and Shushu, it just fuels that it's just fuel that itch to pull. I guess that's fair enough. I could see that. Feeling like a pull, but might as well just do it in another game, right? Especially if you don't want to pull in a certain games because you want to save there. Well, I mean, pretty much I'm just pulling whenever the new banner that I want to pull for comes out. If it's not, I'm normally just not pulling. Like if I would say like probably Eminence, for example, generally I would just pull for characters or for characters I like. Rarely do I ever pull for my needs, because the game's I'm pretty much just going through the game, coasting through the game, because it seems perfectly fine. But other than that, that is pretty much it from Nova. Thank you for all the comments, Nova. Appreciate it as always. Next comments are gonna be from Eugen. There's 2, if I'm not mistaken. I will use this. Oh, lunchtime, so time watch while eating. I keep forgetting to try Eminent Shadow, even if it's bad for free to play, because of beta, and I like her. Hey, that's a fair enough reason for you to play the game. Yeah, it is bad for free to play. I will admit that, simply because they don't necessarily give as much currency. Like, the only time they give currency is like the big events, obviously the anniversaries and all that. But also they do give a pull, a 10 pull, whenever a Shadow Festival gets released. Then after that, there's really nothing to like get currency anywhere else, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Like, once you're caught up to the story, that's pretty much all you got. Once you're caught up to all the other stages, you pretty much just have to rely on events and, I guess, the game itself giving you free currency. But I have no issues with the game besides that. And then the last comment from Eugen. Me as salty, it's just Nova keeps instigating me for what I get or reroll. No, Nova does seem to do that. Nova does seem to do that. Well, not his problem since he just swiped. True. True. Besides Uma, because he's just a complete hoarder in Uma. He pretty much just swipes whenever he feels like it. And the chapter 1 I'm referring is the HBR, and I just finished chapter 4 in Denless, I think. Okay, just wanted to be sure. Just wanted to be sure. Other than that, thank you for all the comments, Eugen. Appreciate it. Next comment is going to be from Rick. And it says, yes, Pokemon Pocket is basically TCG on the phone. Kind of. It's basically the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links for the real Yu-Gi-Oh! So, Master Duel. In Duel Links, we have cards on the deck and less life points, and when it begins, it starts with a lot of old cards and had its unique meta compared to the real Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I'm more familiar with Master Duel or Duel Links, whatever you guys want to call it. Just pretty sure that's the same thing. And I am aware that the meta is different from the actual card game. I guess the real cards. In Pokemon Pocket, we also have less cards on the deck. You need 3 points instead of 6 to win. I see. And there are no prize card zones. The energies are not cards. Instead, you have a energy generator. And I'm pretty sure that the Pokemon TCG Online still exists. They just added some more cards today. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I just wanted to compare it to Duel Links, because I am aware of the Pokemon TCG, where it's more closer to the actual, or if not, it is pretty much the online variant of the card game itself, where if we're talking like normal Yu-Gi-Oh cards compared to Master Duel or Duel Links, whatever it is pretty different. So that's why I said more towards Duel Links, I guess, rather than the, well, there's nothing really else to compare it to. Yeah, I don't see myself playing. I've said this before for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel or Duel Links, where I just don't see a reason for me to. Ooh, we failed that training. To play Master Duel unless I really, truly, really want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. I just don't see it, because it does seem like it would require some kind of, ooh, hold on, I just realized that I at level 17. We're cutting it pretty close there. and I nearly just went for the rest. Yeah, I just don't see myself playing it because if it requires me to pretty much spend, I'd rather just spend on the real cards. I said it before, where it's like I'd rather have the physical feel of the cards rather than just essentially treating it like a gacha game. Other than that, thank you for the comment, Rick. And lastly, we have comments from Tanoki, and it says, "Good to know. It's all good now. Must have been a stressful couple of days. Stressful, awkward around like my mom because I don't know how to act around the situation, and yeah, just the vibe. Like when I would be around my mom specifically, and my grandma." A little different, especially since I was staying with my grandma to, keep her company. So yeah, kind of awkward because I just don't know what to, don't know what to say, what the right things to say. It really threw me for a loop, to be quite honest. And then lastly, give me a sec here to just do this. Lastly, from Tanoki, yeah, I guess I haven't said that before. You've had a bit of a nightmare since UAF, and I was basically clueless during LARP. Well, UAF was pretty much fine. I'd say my nightmare resided in like the first half of the Great Food Festival when I was after UAF, basically. That would probably be where the nightmare was. And then most of your few really good runs these past months have come off camera. Actually, most of my good runs do come off camera. I will say that. Only because, unfortunately, the game likes to give me my bad runs most of the time, or just decent runs when I record. And then when I'm doing my extra runs off camera, obviously, it would be better. Oh, I should have done the bottom, but oh well. But other than that, that is going to be pretty much it for all the comments. I do appreciate it. Tanoki, Yujin, Nova, and Rick. Appreciate it as always. And yeah, with that being said, we're just going to focus on the rest of the run. Not really gonna... Don't really know what else. Don't really have any updates or anything like that. I don't really want to talk about my pulls for Miyabi and Zenless, simply because it's going to be a video itself. So I think that's going to be pretty much from what I can say, since in any of the other games I don't necessarily have anything to pull for at the moment. I guess besides Atelier, with it being the first anniversary, but I don't really have any currency anymore, since I already did my pulls. And I don't know if I'm still tired or lacking sleep from, but either way, I'm normally just tired. So I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Girls Frontline, I'm just pretty much just chilling. HBR, pretty much the same, I guess. Don't really have much of an update there. And as for any other things, yeah, nothing really. Nothing really. So I'm just gonna go train normally. Just sitting here chill for the rest of the video until I come back towards the end, when all the skills and right before, I guess, seeing the ultimate result of the training run. So I'll just be here. I was gonna say I'll see you guys then, but I'm just gonna be sitting anyway. So yeah, I'll just be right here, guys. just randomly popping in. We didn't get an S for long distance. Already this run is kind of looking kind of sus to me. Or that's, you know, not looking good based off of that. But we'll see how her stats are. If you guys are wondering what I'm looking at, I'm just realizing that what the heck happened over here with my levels. So we're probably most likely not getting an S on this upgrade exam. I decided to give it a try. Oh, that was bad. Well, that's gonna be pretty much it for that, guys. So let's just see how this training ended up. Got our evolve skills. Pretty much it, because we didn't get Urshiker to chain event 3. Didn't I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. And we did worse than yesterday's video. McQueen, we got a UE2. I will admit that I haven't done a training since then, McQueen, so maybe we're just having a back-to-back kind of runs. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys have made it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can't hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys been up to for the CM, if you guys been prepped up, or you guys are doing some last second training like I am, or last minute prep, kind of like what I do all the time. And if there's anything else you guys do want to talk about, whether if it's just Pretty Derby, any other anime, anything, if you just want to comment about it or ask me questions, leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. Also, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There is a channel called Circle Requests for those who haven't joined a circle and are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It's called Shoo Shoo. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join. After that, go to the comment section or to the circle request channel and let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and add somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.